of this semifinal
Alright guys,
series.
tuan-tuan dan puan-puan, final game SRG menentang Onic Philippines. Sama-sama kita saksikan decider match siapakah yang bakal bara ke grand final. Sama-sama kita saksikan melawan
An interesting take in the draft. Smart moves, mind games everywhere as they draft for the most crucial game that'll either make them stay or will be the cost of their end, of their journey's end here in MSCF EWC 2025. Welcome to the final game in this series between SRG OG and Onyx PH. Will SRG finally get their revenge? Or will Onyx prove once again why they're the reigning champions of the world? What are your thoughts on the final draft, Murdo?
That's a tough question. You really put me on the spot.
Okey juga. Tapi dia orang tak nak main macam tu. Dia orang yang ban. Dia orang yang tak nak. Mungkin siapa ni, si Yum lama tak main Alok kot. Jadi risky.
Yes, we kind of know him for Cho. He's played Cho before as well. MSC 2024 was crazy run, SPS 2. But this tournament, I don't remember seeing any crazy plays for Yums on Cho. So I think that could be, you know, again, an angle that Onyx Philippines took with the Badang pick instead of the Arlet. Then they proceeded to ban Mathilda and got that again, taking away his picks.
Everything
else worked for SRG. So it really is about putting Yums into his uncomfortable spot.
Masing-masing tak nak claim ini tu, takut kena freeze lane tu.
A guy.
Because even the panelists mentioned it. If ever the Cho does come out, who do you even want to go for?
Exactly.
In Onyx PH's lineup, you'd have to be very picky about who you decide to use the Way of the Dragon on. And even if you do get to land a kick, you definitely have to have Stormy by your side because that's where majority of the damage is going to come from. Innocent will have to take a bit more time
dapatkan experience
before he
ketam ni.
gets to deliver in terms of damage. And that's another thing. You don't see how well coordinated or the idea of the combos between the lineup or the pairings in SRG OG's draft so far is gonna work. But
siapa yang akan bazikan retri?
Before the fight, so let's see who gets the advantage in this first objective of the game.
Yeah, good poke earlier to Cram.
The Fringe di poking. The Fringe dah level 4.
In time, pops in the Lancer Flare on Yums. Skies has the heavy spin.
Sky macam banyak sangat receive damage ni. Heavy spin. Turtle dapat mudah dapatkan oleh Skies ke dash strike. Ke down, nice. Rusco down. Nice. Triple kill mungkin. Yum down. Kram, aduh, Kram termasuk pula. Kena angkat dengan super free tadi.
Now trying to turn things around, but it will end at a 2 for 2.
So many things.
Okay, still okay guys. Dua untuk dua tapi dapat turtle okay guys.
And you see the knockups and the interruptions coming in too well for SRG OG. That heavy spin which just prevented everyone else from coming in, and that two-man knockup coming in from Yum. So essentially, maybe it doesn't necessarily have to be all on the Way of the Dragon.
Terlajuk ke depan tu.
Yums could just literally destroy and break the tempo for Onyx PH here, because that's what we saw in that particular fight. And even that missed flicker combo from Brusco, that meant a lot because Stormy was just too free. Stormy's 2-0 on this Farsa, and that's not going to be too good if you're Onyx PH.
You can really see, I would say, Kirk struggle a bit in that team fight. Yes, he has the vengeance. He knows he's going to be pinned down a lot of times, but I think we would expect the Phobius to do a bit more in Turtle 1. He was just completely nailed down to the ground, and SRG didn't really feel the pressure of the Phobius.
It did seem like Kirk and Cram had a battle of their own, because the way that Brusco actually put the wall down in that Turtle fight was kind of like
ni perang kedua selalunya akan berlaku dekat turtle yang kedua pula guys.
Cram had easier ways to work around these kinds of obstacles. Like Cram can just bounce here and there. You could just say the same for Kirk, but so long as no one gets to really proc, or as long as he doesn't get to proc his passive, then it's gonna be a bit more difficult for him to do that. So Onyx have to be mindful of this upcoming fight because SRG, they just have so many tools to ensure that they'll get the objective freely for themselves.
Ini pun ilmu juga ni guys. Korang tengok guys mid lane tak clear mid tau. Yang dapatkan dekat mid tu time turtle, maknanya marksman guys, dapatkan duit. Perangan kat sini, ultimate badan dah guna, heavy spin dah digunakan oleh Skies. Diorang cuba counter attack. Turtle, oh nice, Sky dapat. Okay, mati ke Yum down. Ada trade. Brusco down, nice. Kram cuma masuk muka Vengeance. Okay, sabar, reset.
There wasn't even much damage from the Appraiser's Wrath.
Ni consider best of one dah, guys.
OG just stood right in front of it, but it's a good thing for Onyx PH that even Kelra was able
Ni
to
Innocent
point in that
dah
time to
free kat ni, consider free ni.
0-1 on the Granger. But you could say the same for
Dua
Innocent.
bola.
Innocent has
10
been
stack.
providing so much more damage than we expected him to.
Tahu
Even
dapat.
when he needs to take a bit more
Babysit
time on
Innocent
the
je jap lagi,
And
dok.
that's gonna be a problem for Onyx PH.
Innocent tak kena sentuh memang menang lah game ni. That's right. Ke down. Nice.
Look at SRG OG. They're just working around their key members so well.
The key member this game has been Stormy. The mid lane for Selangor Red Giants OG Esports.
Bruno sekarang bukan 8 stack 8 ya. Aku mungkin dah lama tak main Bruno kot.
On crucial targets, getting the damage done. Even when it's cancelled by Brusco, he's already gotten most of the damage out. Yum's great position. Brusco would have pinned down now.
Yum di ulti. Yum menggunakan flicker melarikan diri. Ada S-right. Diberhentikan. Heavy spin daripada Skies. Kirk masuk. Retribution daripada Skies.
That was a lot of damage from this 4-0 on Farsa. You have to admit it. You saw just how on
dapat tower. Objektif menang kat kita ni, guys. Chances kita menang besar, guys. Serius. Kalau macam ni.
Blindly in that bush where there were several members of SRG OG
Draft kita much better daripada dia. Cuma disiplin je lagi.
He was able to walk away, not even using the flicker. But I think that's another conversation too.
Jangan lupa hashtag SRG guys dan flag Malaysia kita gang di ruang komen tanda sokongan korang guys. Let's go gang. Ni nak dengar dari mulut kau apa?
He can't find a way to get out because he doesn't have the flicker.
Oh, further strike. Berhentikan. Heavy spin. Nice. Perfect turtle. Heavy spin ke atas Kirk. Badang ulti. Super frame. Mencari mangsa. Kirk down. Yum down. It's okay. Still okay. Still okay. Disiplin. Jangan terlampau tergapah-gapah. 2 untuk 1 is okay. Tak hidup Kirk game ni. Jangan lupa kibarkan jalur gemilang kita guys. Grand final.
Their hands on emphasis on easily just because of how useful this heavy spin is, and that's just one of the many things that makes all the objective takes a lot easier for SRG OG. You have Fumes also with a potential threat on the setups, and look at how this is, I feel, the second failed attempt from Brusco to find a setup, a counter setup on the Badang. And that's also all aside the fact that Innocent is once again untouched for majority of the team fights that we see happen in this game. So now that we look into that, where is the range?
Pedulikan je Kera kat bawah tu. Atas dapat ni. Pecahkan passive tower dia. Kita menang lagi. Kirk tangkap kick. Masuk seorang-seorang. Kirk down. Kenapa dia masuk pun tak tahu. Emosi dah tak betul. Brusco conceal. Tendangan baik Yum. Brusco down. Nice. Blunder daripada Onic. Dapat mid ni. Dia high ground pun tak ada.
He wanted to go for something, but how unfortunate is it that he walked straight in front of Yums. Now that's might be another setup. Yums gets to find the knock.
Heavy spin. Dapat Kera. Kera down. Dia tak ada flicker duk. Nice. Shut down. Mal.
That might send Selangor Red Giants over to a big win. Kirk forced to back away. That was a retry by King Kong. That means this Lord is free. SRG
kalau nge-frame guys, korang pergi dekat FB guys. Pergi FB. Come to Papa MY. Itu je saya boleh cakap guys.
Kirk is having such a hard time.
Lord dimulakan oleh SRG.
Even with the presence of a Cho, even
nice. Lord mudah dapatkan. Aku rasa dia boleh end guys sebab Bruno kan.
Even despite all that, it just feels that Onyx PH can't find the right way to make their lineup work together. So many conditions have to be met. And this is This is seemingly the complete opposite of what we saw from them in the previous game, where they were just able
Lari
to make
FB
so
ke?
many
Lari
things
FB.
happen all at once.
Come to Papa
Now
MY.
it's
Cari come to Papa
SRG
MY.
with a 5k gold lead. Kellera at least is very close in terms of gold, actually even a bit ahead against Innocent. But that's only Kellera. That's only if you look at Kellera.
Only Kelra, the rest of them are all far
Ha,
behind.
keluar
I
masuk
think
balik.
most
Kalau
of the
mana yang tak
lead
okey,
is
ada yang kata
on
keluar masuk balik
ground.
okey dah guys.
You can see the CC matchup against Aphobius again. We already got to see it in the previous game. For Kirk, it was on the
Passive
CC
tower atas tadi tak
winning it
pecah
out.
lagi
Now Onyx Philippines fall.
Ramai kata dah okey guys, pindah lah YT balik guys.
Them to win. Again, the CC against Phobius.
Ni Bruno barang jadi ni.
Right? It's a Phobius with vengeance. But
Disiplin je, tolonglah
that
disiplin je.
makes it a bit weird. You're an all-in hero now. You walk
Ada
up,
strike.
if you don't get a
Kera.
kill, that kill right in the back.
Paksa menggunakan flicker. Oh, mati. Ai, satu hit lagi tu.
To the base. And it'll be Skies brought back by the Lantern Flare. Kurt now at half HP. Kara walks back again. It's gonna conceal already. Onyx Philippines holding
Discipline.
the base. The base turrets are all intact. But now the question is, for how long can they hold?
That's all Onyx PH has to do right now. Hold on to their base. Defend their base turrets as much as possible. Because SRG OG, they're just so close to once again returning to the grand final stage. If they make it happen in this upcoming
Strike.
stage, another Feather Airstrike already committed by Stormy. That's already a lot of damage onto Prince and Kirk.
Skies
Guys.
walks up a bit too aggressively and will get
Nice.
pulled down. They have to
Okay,
play it
slowly but
slow.
surely.
We've seen these kind of moments from Onyx Philippines when it looks like it's impossible to turn the
Kita
game
minta misi baru
around.
pas takut.
They suddenly
Gila.
click.
Yeah, it's that
and
one
they
moment.
capitalize on those little mistakes. We saw it from the Spirit match yesterday. And Selangor Red Giants OG Esports, they have studied it. They know how to play
Sipar dah buah tu
this.
yang nge-lag.
First rodeo. Going back again, resetting. We get a look at the damage done.
Orang ni kena bantu bagi sumbangan ni. PC baru ni guys. Apa kata donation social bus sekali. Ada skill lebih kongsi-kongsi geng Boleh PC baru cepat sikit ni.
Yeah, and we had this entire conversation about Fredrin being the face of utility junglers, but you know what? The way SRG OG are pulling this off, the
Yang penting disiplin je ni guys.
jungler consistently securing the objective, securing the turtles, and Stormy just feeling like that guy who just enables everyone, or maybe is even the guy
Macam biasa
everyone
guys,
tries
kalau
to
nge-lag
play
korang
around in
pergi
the
tengok
early
dekat
stages
FB
of the
aku
game.
guys.
It just allowed SRG OG to arrive at this point in the game, and they can focus their attention to other members now. Definitely on Innocent a bit more, because Innocent too.
Kau pada tukar PC belum? Kalau aku dah keluar tukar PC kan dah buat vlog.
To use the Purify at all yet
Heavy
in this
spin.
game. Oh, Sky goes for the pin down.
Sky, Brusco ulti. King Kong down. Nice! Slowly dapat lot ni. Mudah ni. Tak ada retry contest lah.
That means Onyx Philippines will have to give this one away. And SRG again are getting closer and closer to making it back.
One more step. 7,000 gold lead dipegang oleh SRG OG.
King Kong, that was the first time he died in this game, but that was such bad timing. If you're Onyx PH, SRG OG, as you've mentioned, they've been wanting to get revenge on Onyx
Selamat
PH.
datang ke dunia FB kembali guys
After
Mana
so
kat FB.
long, they get to win
Dia dah
against
strike
this
ngezoning
team.
musuh.
Every single time
Oh mati ni semua friends. Hampir. Heavy spin daripada Skies. Aduh, tak terlampau terburu-buru ke? Dekat bawah tu.
And it might be a case of SRG being too quick with it. Those are some really
Sayang
crucial
lah.
resources to go for the siege. They could have gotten more than one base turret, but now
Ya
they
tu,
have to be
patutnya
happy
boleh
with just
boleh
one.
dapatkan lebih.
On
Jangan
PH,
terburu-buru SRG,
had a lot
sabar
of
duk.
time to
Yum
work on
conceal.
this lord, on this
Feather
objective.
strike.
Oh, but there was an attempt. Feather strike used to
Sabar.
also look for a
Disiplin.
setup, but at least got revealed just in time.
Sebab
as
sayang
they
Akai
used
pun
to
dah ulti tadi.
conceal.
Stormy pun dah
So as you
ulti.
mentioned, Onyx PH clearly still holding on. We're 14 minutes into this game. There's a lot of catching up to do when you look at the other matchups. When you
Kira
look
ni
at
kaya
the
gak
other
guys,
heroes and
10,500.
players here for Onyx PH, but
Tapi stat
everything looks
Sky
good.
Pisser dia
If you
mungkin
look at
sikit je guys.
Kellera, King Kong just
Bruno
a
still
bit
unggul guys
more behind.
Oh,
in
disiplin je
time-
duk ni.
Or if you look at him in comparison to Sakai's, but at this point we're transitioning into that part of the game where
Ke
it's just
bapak
really gonna
3,000
matter
guys.
on how you're able to
Gap
serve
dia.
as the front,
Satu
how you're
from
able to
someone. RM1 seorang pun
Kenapa
jar.
buffering pula? Kenapa? Thank you someone. Wah guys, kena hack kah?
Use those crucial energy eruptions, set things up for your team. Everything is
Late game SRG kau apa?
gonna have to rely
Sekarang ni
on
disiplin je guys. Dia bukan late game ah. Sekarang ni yang penting disiplin je duk.
Pull off masterful comebacks, clutch moments to turn things around against Spirit, against many other teams in the past, against RQ and SPS2, but now against the Red Giants. He's gonna need more than just a miracle because you're right, Brig. It's just on Kelra. Onyx Philippines usually in a comeback, they have much more damage dealers. Here, they have one. They have one dude.
That's why I took my time. I've been trying to think of where else could the damage come from. Who else could they potentially rely on? Because you could expect Super Friends to be another layer of crowd control, another way to set up to find the knockups and certain members of SRG OG, but not unless he does have the Sky Piercer too. We'll have to double check that later on. But it does feel like it's a bit more of a utility that Super Friends is serving right now in terms of Onyx PH's lineup. So how well could they
one more guys. One more push. Dapat lot ni.
Lightning truncheon for Stormy. That's gonna help him in again. Those feather airstrikes. If he just finds one on Kelra, it's gonna hurt him a lot. There's no respect from Kelra as of this moment towards magic defense. He knows, not even with a nature, he knows he's the only guy here to deal damage. He needs to go glass cannon. That means he puts himself in a tough spot, but you've got to play with those little margins if you want to win a game like this. 8,000 gold behind against a composition that by all means
buat caturan dulu. Bagi wave tolak dulu kan. Bagi korang winning condition baru ambil lot tu.
To making it back to an MSC Grand Final at the Esports World Cup.
You have to manage the waves. Onyx PH, they have so much to think about.
Wave atas menang.
There's a wave up top.
Chances lot.
Bottom. And how do they enter?
Diorang akan tergesa-gesa ni. Cici ulti, Kram ulti. Aduh. Aduh. Reset lu. Bagi Kram ada ulti balik lu. Sabar. Key of success. Okay, Kelra dah muncul diri. Conceal daripada Yum. Feather strike. Heavy spin. Oh, nice guys. Down. King Kong down. Triple kill. Oh, save it. Let's go. Flicker. Got light. Tak apa, it's okay. Hanya Kelra je yang tinggal. It's okay, tinggalkan je, tak apa. Kelra won. Alhamdulillah. Tuan-tuan dan puan-puan. Grand Final. It's real guys. Woo. GG. Alhamdulillah. Tuan-tuan dan puan-puan, SRG bakal ke Grand Final kembali tuan-tuan dan puan-puan. Alhamdulillah. GG.
SRG OG. They get
contender yang pertama ke Grand Final kembali.
And now they return
Alhamdulillah.
to the Grand Final stage with that shot of being the first ever back to
Selamat kembali ke dunia Facebook guys Maaf guys, like dekat YT. Saya tak tahu kenapa. Tak boleh nak ni guys. Keeping the dream alive. GG. Alhamdulillah guys. Finally. Harapan final kita guys. One more step guys kalau nak back to back guys. Bagi aku still bangga lah guys. Even though kalau dia kalah dekat grand final guys. Kalau nak mempertahankan tahta MSC ni, kalau dapat kembali rezeki, kalau tak dapat still okay game bagi aku guys. Sebab apa? Ni peringkat tertinggi ni guys.
Things are way different than they were back in M6. Back when Onyx PH
one more step to back guys. Pressure nak pertahankan MSC champion ni bukan senang tu guys.
This was a game 5 that they delivered to us for the semifinals.
Apa lagi malam ni? Bukan malam ni. Malam besok guys, jangan malam ni guys. Nanti member sakit perut masa main ML.
Everyone
Yang penting
with their expectations will now have to
korban
bow
unta
out
dulu
of
kat si.
this tournament. And SRG OG will be the only remaining team from the
Back
left
to back.
side of our knockouts bracket. We're just awaiting whoever they will be going up against,
Baik
the
tu.
winners of our upcoming match. But this is what whoever will be winning from that side will have
yes,
to
guys.
prepare for. Now, I know we're all looking forward to hear what our
Asyik
winners have
Arab
to
tu lah.
say. So let's throw it over to
Bawa
the
balik unta
stage,
satu.
our hosts, to hear the winner's interview.
And there you guys have it, ladies and gentlemen.
Interview dulu Kak Si.
Your first grand finalist for MSC 2025. It is none other than Selangor Red Giants OG Esports. And beside me right now, we have Sakais. First of all, Adit, that was an incredible 5-game full series. How are you feeling right now?
Facebook apa pak? Come to Papa MY.
I'm feeling so happy and feel like so amazed with our performance because here's the thing. The people keep saying that I'm like not like last MSC, like I'm dropping, my performance is not good, but here's the proof. I'm the grand finalist.
There you go. This is his proof. This is his statement match. He is in the grand finals. And
Hari
that
ni
is
punya
your
Sky punya
statement to
performance
all
baik,
the
guys.
haters out there. Now, so guys, we
Serious,
know that
serious.
based on the track
Harap besok dia
record,
konsisten guys.
SRG OG has never won a match against Onic Philippines. And this dates back all the way to M6. Right now, today, you guys actually eliminated the reigning world champions. What are your thoughts on this and how did this even happen today?
I think we just really hungry to get revenge against them because we lost against them 2 times in international and we really want this win and we got the best revenge ever.
Best revenge ever indeed from the side of SRG OG. Now, Ade, I usually realize that you're wearing glasses back at home in MPL MY and in tournaments. But over the past few days at MSC, I realized you're not even wearing glasses. What's that all about?
Actually, I still wearing, but outside of I'm playing, because when I'm training, I didn't use the sunglasses because I feel I cannot used to it, and it just I think I feel better play without sunglasses. Yeah.
Okay, now Ade, tomorrow you guys will face either Kyrie or Carl TZ. Now, in the MLBB ecosystem, everybody has been saying that these two are the king of the jungle. And I'm pretty sure the audience here all
Dia nak
agree.
pilih siapa?
But now that you're in the grand finals, 2 times back to back, in technically just 1 year, do you think you're in the leaderboard now for the king of the jungle?
Like I said, I don't want to admit, but let's people say it. If they think so, yeah, it is.
Let the people say it. What do you think it will take for you to be considered the king of the jungle?
If champion, maybe, yeah.
If champion, maybe. Okay, final question. Between Onic Indonesia and Team Liquid Philippines, who do you think you will be meeting in the grand finals tomorrow?
Siapa? TFH.
It's kind of hard to guess because both of them is really good. And my opinion, I think Liquid PH will make it because they're good there. And I really want to face them once again and try to get my second revenge.
Ooh, in potentially another revenge matchup tomorrow at the grand finals, will Sakais be able to meet the GOAT, Carl TZ? There is only one way to find out. However, before we find out the second grand finalist, it is time to throw it back to the panel to
Alright
break
guys,
down
congratulations
what
to
happened
SRG
in
guys
this insane series.
Mari ke grand
Throw it back
finals.
to you guys.
Jangan lupa like, comment, share dan subscribe guys. Let's go for our next match.
Thank you very much,
Alhamdulillah
Rose,
guys.
as well.